Reporting there from New Delhi. And now to West Asia. Israel's preemptive airstrikes on various Hezbollah targets in Lebanon on Monday successfully prevented an anticipated missile strike by the Lebanon-based group. Israel's military released a footage of the strikes, which showed an exchange of fire between Israel and the Hezbollah. Meanwhile, efforts to negotiate a ceasefire and a hostage release agreement between Israel and the Hamas remain stalled despite ongoing talks in Cairo aimed at achieving a truce in Gaza. Iran has leveled another threat as tensions mount in the West Asia, with its foreign ministry spokesperson saying Tehran's response to Israel will be definite, calculated and accurate in the wake of the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh earlier this month.
Structure. Well, it comes as Iran continues to level threats at Israel over the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh. He was the head of Hamas's Politburo, with that killing blamed on Israel. Now, Iran's foreign ministry has come out to say that the response will be definite and calculated, adding that Iran doesn't seek to increase tensions. However, it is not.
And joining me from Tel Aviv is my colleague Sarah Coates. Sarah, how's the situation now at the Israel-Lebanon border?
Well, certainly these cross-border strikes are continuing. Red alert sirens have been ringing out in these largely evacuated northern communities over the last couple of hours, while according to the Lebanese Health Ministry, some 4 people have been injured in southern Lebanon in fresh Israeli strikes. Now, we've also been hearing from CQ Brown. He's that top US general, of course, that's been visiting Israel over these last couple of days, holding very high-level meetings with senior Israeli officials here. He's spoken out about this looming threat of Iran, telling reporters that he believes the risk of a regional war has declined somewhat in the wake of this Sunday escalation between Israel and Hezbollah that saw Israel conduct these pre-dawn, preemptive raids on southern Lebanon, and then Hezbollah fire some 320 rockets and drones at Israel. Now, he went on to say that Iran wants to do something that sends a message, but they also don't want to do something that creates a broader conflict. So certainly, once again, there is a lot of tension here in the region. People are really waiting to see what Iran actually does. But certainly when you're talking about the current situation on that northern border, hostilities are continuing.
What more can you tell us about the Gaza ceasefire talks, Sarah?
Really, the only party that seems somewhat optimistic right now is the United States. We've been hearing from the National Security spokesperson, John Kirby. He says that these lower group of mediators will remain in Cairo this week. They're trying to iron out some of these bumps, some of these gaps between Israel and Hamas, a number of them being how many Palestinian prisoners would be released in exchange for Israeli hostages, who they would be, and actually when they would be released. But we do need to remember here that this one major sticking point remains. And for months and months, these working parties on the ground, wherever they may be, in Cairo or in Doha, they've been unable to bridge this gap, and that is the Israeli forces remaining on the Philadelphia corridor. Once again, that is that very narrow strip of land that separates Gaza and Egypt, and one that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says that he will not pull troops out of, believing that this could then see a resurgence in weapons smuggling from Egypt into Gaza. But in terms of what we're seeing here on the ground in Israel, there's been a demonstration earlier this morning. Dozens of family members and loved ones of the Israeli hostages that do remain in the Strip. They've been blocking a fairly main highway just south of Tel Aviv, holding up banners, letting off smoke flares, demanding that the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu agree to a deal with Hamas to get these remaining people home, really believing that this could be the last chance. Ramesh.
Sarah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sarah Coates reporting.